The waves slammed heavily against the hull, but inside the glittering ballroom of the Ocean Star cruise ship, everything was light and laughter. The crystal chandeliers sparkled, and a band played swing while the guests danced. In the midst of the festivities, no one noticed how the sky outside darkened faster than normal. Captain Herrera stood on the bridge, watching the disturbance on the radar. A storm had appeared out of nowhere, a massive squall moving faster than any meteorologist had predicted. He didn't hesitate long. Seal all deck doors, secure the passengers. This one's going to be rough, he ordered. Down in the ballroom, guests felt the first rolls. Glasses clinked, a woman stumbled, and the band stopped abruptly as the ship lurched over a wave as tall as a house. A young boy, Jonas, stood by the window, staring out. He saw lightning split the sky, and for a moment he thought he glimpsed a dark hull in the distance, a ship without lights, vanishing again into the foaming sea. Chaos grew, an alarm wailed. Passengers were ushered toward the muster stations. Jonas was separated from his parents in the crowd and was pushed into a corridor leading toward the engine room. The air was thick with oil and steam. His heart pounded as the ship shuddered against another monstrous wave. Suddenly he noticed something, a door left ajar. Behind it, an entire room filled with screens and maps, far more than just an engine control area. In the middle of the room stood two men in dark uniforms he had never seen before. "We don't have much time," one said, entering coordinates onto a map of the seabed. "The storm hides our tracks perfectly." Jonas held his breath. He realized this wasn't just about the weather. The ship was carrying a secret cargo, and someone on board was willing to use the storm as cover to conceal it. A thunderous boom interrupted his thoughts. The lights flickered, and the ship tilted so sharply he nearly lost his footing. Jonas backed out, but his foot landed on a loose bolt that clattered loudly. The men in the room turned at once, their eyes sharp and dark. "Hey, you there!" Jonas spun and ran. Heavy footsteps thundered behind him. He reached the corridor just as the emergency lights came on, flashing red. The ship trembled beneath his feet. He knew that if he told the captain what he'd seen, he could stop them. But first, he had to escape. He dashed into a stairwell, up toward the upper decks, with the wind howling and waves crashing against the windows. The iron groaned. The storm raged, but it was the men behind the locked door who truly made his blood run cold. And when Jonas finally burst out onto the deck, rain lashing his face and the ocean roaring like a beast beneath him, he heard it again, a thunderous blast behind him, unlike any lightning. It was explosive, metallic. He realized he was caught in something far bigger than a storm.